There are really two main issues that matter when you're about to file a bankruptcy. The first one is, can I keep all my stuff? And the second one is, do I qualify? When we're talking about whether you can keep all your stuff, it really is think inside the box. So basically, if you pop the box open, there are two lists of stuff that you can keep in California. The first one is great if you are a homeowner and you've got plenty of equity and you have to protect it. It allows you to protect a lot of equity in a house in California, in your home in California. And this means, this is a wonderful thing that the California legislature has done for us. It allows you to keep, anywhere from $75,000 to $150,000 equity in your house. Now, that's great if you've got the equity. Now, if you have that kind of home equity, you have to remember that it does not give you a lot of equity in your vehicles. So if you have a lot of equity in your cars also, you're probably going to be giving one up. Either you're going to sell it in advance in order to pay some of your back bills, or selling your car prior to filing your bankruptcy. You can use it to do things like pay down arrears on child support or taxes that wouldn't be discharged if you were to file a bankruptcy anyway. And that allows you to, at that point, you can also use some of the proceeds to buy a car that's decent and reasonable and within the equity amounts that you're allowed to keep when you do have a lot of equity in your house. If you don't have a lot of equity in your house and you can't use this list, you're still inside the box, but there's that other list. The other list, it only gives you about $22,000 equity in your home in California. So here's the neat thing about this list though. I mean, on the list already, on both of them, or either list, you're still going to have clothing, furniture is already covered, it's already protected, IRA accounts, KEO accounts, 401k plans, cash value in your life insurance. Very short note, you do have to make sure that we're not talking about an annuity. We're talking about life insurance. And life insurance can sometimes have characteristics of an annuity, but if it's an annuity and just sort of has characteristics of life insurance, you're going to lose it. So we have to be very careful about what you've got. I also want to mention here, a reverse mortgage is an annuity. It is not a mortgage. And so if you have a reverse mortgage, you need to absolutely tell that to your attorney. Hey, I have a reverse mortgage. I understand this is not a mortgage at all, and that it's an asset. And you have to make sure that he understands what that is. If he doesn't, you need to call me or call another attorney who does understand what that means. Okay. On the list of stuff that is if you don't have a whole lot of home equity, over here you've still got clothing is protected, furniture is protected, your life insurance, cash value is protected, up to a certain amount, of course. This is not just, you can't have $100,000 sitting in there and have it all protected. But it's about $11,000. And, your 401k plan is still protected. Tons of stuff most of the stuff you already have is already going to be protected. However, if you simply have cash sitting in the bank, there's nothing to protect that, okay? You have a certain amount of jewelry that's protected on the list, but what if you have more? Now, I want you to understand also we're talking about the wholesale values on all of the items on the list, okay? Wholesale or estate sale values of the items on the list. If the bankruptcy trustee were to take an item from you, most likely he would put it up for auction. He's dumping it quickly. He's looking for a quick sale. He doesn't have all year to keep administrating these. Well, actually, he has right about a year to keep administrating these. He doesn't have a whole lot more. It's not like he doesn't own a used car lot, okay? So we're looking at what's the low trade-in value on the Kelley Blue Book. Low meaning, okay, for the actual condition that the car is in. If it's in good condition, what's the trade-in value? If it's in excellent condition, what's the trade-in value? Now, the neat thing about this list, the neat thing about this homeowners list, this renters list, as I like to call it, is that this roughly $22,000 homestead exemption that you have can be spread across all the other items of property. So, if you simply had cash in the bank and it's not proceeds from a personal injury claim, it's not a liquidated 401k, it's just money that you earned or money somebody you could have won it in the lottery, you can protect up to about $22,000 with that homestead, because you can make that go across all the other items of property. So here's the neat thing, here's how it works. Let's say you've got $3,000 in wholesale value on your jewelry. That would be somewhere probably for jewelry value of $6,000 to $10,000 retail. Okay, so if you had about $3,000 wholesale value on the jewelry, only about I think it's $1,475, $1,450 is actually already protected. Okay, on the list. So if only about $1,400 is protected on the list to begin with, then the other $1,600 gets protected under your homestead exemption.